Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be going over a team I started using for the last 2 days. It's pretty good. Most sets you go 3-2. This set I went 4-1. So I'm going to show just one set here, but it's basically Talonflame in the front with Clefable and Altaria in the back. So I actually haven't used Altaria since Community Day. I actually have enough XLs to get it all the way up to level 50. I just don't have enough Stardust to get there, so you'll notice mine is a little underpowered. And then the opposite, or well, the same thing, I don't have Stardust for Clefable to go all the way to 50, but I also don't have Candy to complete the Clefable thing. Anyways, so the team really struggles against A9 lead with Powder Snow. It's actually a lot more difficult than you would think. And also just Galarian Stunfisk is an absolute monster. Water in the front is a little difficult, but safe swap Clefable and you should be good. And let's go ahead and get into the battles. If you haven't, definitely hit the subscribe button. Let's go. Okay, so I think these battles are around 3180, and yeah, I think I get as high as, no, wait, it has to be higher than that. I think it's probably 3230-ish. And then I get up to 3270 something at the end of it. So, yeah, Credilli lead. Interesting enough. This team obviously struggles against Rockmon also, something I didn't mention in the intro, so like Aggron. Luckily, these things don't really exist. While they do pop up from time to time, not something you need to plan for or should plan for when making your team building process. You don't need to beat everything. You need to beat the big part of the meta. If you take losses against like an Aggron, like Aggron would literally wipe this team by itself, but that's okay because it's not, you'll lose that game, sure, but it doesn't matter that much, right? So I decide, I have no idea how long it takes to get to Stone Edge, so then I just go for the shields here. Keep Talonflame as healthy as possible. We come into the Swampert matchup. This is great for us. It is a little weird that they're showing Swampert here. You would think they want it for the back with the Talonflame, but all that tells me is they definitely have a Stone Edge loaded, and it does have a stab, and it's a very strong move, so I bet it does KO. So we'll definitely come in Altaria after this matchup is done, just to soak up that damage, and then maybe switch into the Talonflame to do the damage after the Credilli has used its energy. So we're at even shields here now. Nothing can really hurt us here from the Swampert. Interesting Earthquake. Really interesting Earthquake, actually. Definitely, I think Hydro Cannon is better there. Once they use the Stone Edge, I switch to Talonflame. I get this free farm down. 2 Incinerates in. The Swampert is 1 away from getting KO'd, and I don't think it has enough energy to ever make it to a Hydro Cannon, and then obviously they had something weak in the back. Maybe it was Alolan Ninetales with Charm, I would guess. Alright, Abomasnow lead. I actually found this team is quite ABA, which I'm not used to. I definitely found it awkward to win the leads. It felt like winning the lead was actually not great. Losing the lead felt a lot better, which is really weird to say, but I don't know. That's how I felt in these games. Obviously, this is the first time me using a lot of these MON. Clefable and Altaria I've never used before. Well, that's not true. I have used Clefable a little bit when I had it a little lower XL'd, just to try it out. And then Charmers are kind of all the same, except Clefable is the bulkiest, I believe, of them. So I end up going for the shield here, which is nice. Get some lag. We notice some bubbles come through. That's not great. That's really bad, actually, because I think we do die to the next Shadow Ball here. I think this actually ends up screwing us, because then they go for, I think they go for the bait here, and then I don't get it down. I should have thrown this Sky Attack that I get to here, but I thought I could get it down, and I didn't think this would be a Shadow Ball, but with the extra move coming through, you can't do anything about it. But, I'm going to come in Talonflame, get 2 Incinerates, get a little bit of lead into that next matchup. What do we think could be in the back? Maybe like Scrafty. Ends up being Swampert. Yeah, Abomasnow Double Water, that makes sense. That's actually a pretty good team. I think we've actually run this exact team with the Shadow Swampert before. Or if we haven't, we've done a video of someone else doing it. So pretty good team here. Unfortunately, we're just not going to have enough HP on this Clefable to get through both of these Mon. At least I don't think so, because Swampert's going to go up to 2 Hydro Cannons. 1 Hydro Cannon going to be able to KO this Clefable. We did get a little bit of extra farm. Oh no, we just threw right away so that it wouldn't get another move off. And yeah, no way. Definitely, maybe, well, it's 50-50 on the baits, right? If we throw the Flame Charge, we win this game. If they shield the Flame Charge, we win this game. If they don't shield the Brave Bird. So it's literally just a 50-50 here. This would have been a tough team to beat, but, you know, we almost had this game. All right, game 3. Oh, if y'all haven't noticed, I sped up the games just a little bit. Yeah. Anyways, we won the lead here. We got an extra Incinerate onto this Galvantula. Really nothing Clefable needs to worry about here unless Galvantula has Cross Poison. I'm not going to shield, though. Cross Poison, not the greatest move. It is super effective, but I'm not too worried about it here. So if they do try to go for another lunge, they will not make it. So they must not have had Cross Poison. All right, and then this Ferrothorn versus Clefable matchup, this is going to last forever because if I remember right, this might be a different game. One of the games, I had a Ferrothorn just try to farm Clefable all the way down from like 20%. It was insanity. We ended up doing 1 billion damage. Actually, I think this is the game. And then they go for a Mirror Shot. I think they go for a Mirror Shot that is undercharged here. Yeah, this is the game. This is insane. I know exactly what this person's doing. They don't want us to get farm on Talonflame, which is all fine and dandy, except that he's just sacrificing this Mon fully to the Clefable. The matchup that it's very good against is going to get taken out here. But it does mean that they're probably weak against Clefable in the back. Ferrothorn and Mandibuzz are pretty good together, so maybe it's Mandibuzz. It's Dragalge. Okay, so 2 Dragonmon just hitting each other here. Both shields are definitely going to get used. They decide they can't really do anything with the Ferrothorn, so they're just going to go for the GG there. All right, this is one of the tough matchups. Oh, they do actually just switch. I go into Clefable here because I don't know which one's better, to be honest. No, this is definitely better because it has Icy Wind. Icy Wind's double super effective against the dragon and flying typing of Altaria. The only thing we have to be worried about is a possible double Shadow Ball, so I get scared of that. They end up baiting, I'm pretty sure, with this Icy Wind, yeah, reducing the damage. I go for 3 extra charms just to get a little bit of rate on the next Mon. Maybe have a chance to actually get to another Meteor Mash against the Alola Ninetales, which I might get to if they decide to shield once and go for like this big farm down, which to be fair, I think I would do if I was them. We're going to get 1 shield back because they know Meteor Mash is super effective, even though we are 1 attack debuffed at this point. I think it takes 3 plus Powder Snows to actually KO, 3 Weather Balls plus Powder Snows to KO Talonflame. So they're not going to obviously get the Powder Snow damage in, but they can definitely get these 3 Weather Balls in. But that also means we probably get to make it to 4. So I'm not going to shield. I figure the thing in the back is going to be, Altaria is going to be good against it. Could be Jellicent, Scrafty, or Machamp, I guess. We end up sneaking an Incinerate through. I wonder if I shield this because of that. Yeah, maybe. Okay, and then we end up KOing this because of that as well. So a little bit of poor timing from our opponent's side. They should have thrown 2 moves and then thrown a move. Ends up being Machamp. So one thing to note is you will make it to the Sky Attack before they make it to Cross Chop and Rock Slide, and Rock Slide does only about 60%. So, or it looks like it does about 70. But Altaria is very bulky, and we actually end up surviving that one. And that's GG. I will say speeding up the Ultra League games feels pretty good. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, Stunfisk is one of the harder Mon to beat. You can win this if you want to. It will cost you a shield deficit, but if you notice, the rest of my team is very weak to Stunfisk. The only answer is actually Talonflame, so I do want to win this matchup. You do survive a Rock Slide. It brings you down to about 10% HP. Actually, probably a little less than that, somewhere between the 5 to 10 range, so it is pretty scary. At this point, you can go for a double shield farm down if they don't throw their moves correctly. You won't even get hit by a Rock Slide, which I believe we won't get hit by here. But if they're perfect on their moves, they will make it to a third Rock Slide. But it will not KO you either way. I decide I want to... Both of my Mon are good against this, right? I don't really want to take a Rock Slide here. It's very possible there's still play for this Talonflame. And I'm just going to go for the Brave Bird here. If they decide to double shield this Machamp, great. I'm switching anyways, probably to the Clefable. Just so that I can have two things in the back that he needs to Rock Slide, and he won't have the energy to do both. So obviously this is not a great matchup, but pretty good matchups in the back. You can always farm down with Talonflame later. Possibly get another Flame Charge into that Machamp. And if we land the Psychic here, it's even better because we'll be able to KO. So they overfarm here. A lot of people don't know Clefable's counts, I guess, because it really hasn't been used in Great League. And pretty rare to see, honestly, even in Ultra League. They do come in with the Machamp. I decide I'm going to come in with Altaria. If they throw a Rock Slide, well, I'll probably just stay in no matter what. If they have two Rock Slides, they can KO Altaria. They're not going to KO with the Cross Chops. And they'll be out of energy for the Talonflame if they do that. So this is definitely a Cross Chop, I believe. But even if it isn't, this is one Incinerate from being KO'd. They obviously don't have enough time to get to enough energy for 3 Rock Slides against all of my birds here. All right, and that's GG. This is, like I said, this team was pretty good. Gosh, I'm trying out so many teams with the... well, not with XL Mons that I don't have, but so many different Mons in general or teams that I've seen other people use. To not great avail here. Yeah, we're at 3270, but I feel like I could be higher. Hopefully when Great League comes back, we'll be able to throw in the Hypnos Crafty. It feels like so long since we played Great League. Yeah, but if you have these Mon, definitely try it out. Altaria, pretty easy one to get as long as you have Stardust, which, like I said, we don't have Stardust to actually fully complete it. But we do have the XLs because it was a Community Day Mon. Talonflame also was a Community Day Mon. We made that the day of. I believe it was a triple Stardust Community Day, so definitely had all that. Plus Sunny here in Texas. I think I have actually like 300 more XLs or 400, something insane. And then Clefable, tougher to get. Honestly, distance trades, there was a lot of Clefable these last few weeks. Saved all of those, traded them all away, or most of them away. And yeah, I think this team's actually pretty good. It is a little ABA, so if that's not your style, don't try it out. Or you may not like it. But also, I think it's worth trying out ABA teams. This coming from an ABB person, just to see how they work, and maybe you can use that to gain that knowledge for a future matchup when you're playing your ABB team. Either way, thank you so much for the support here on YouTube, and I'll see you in the next one.